And there could be more tariffs that the Trump administration puts in place against Canadian goods, including those on lumber, dairy, and Canadian vehicles as well, Andrew.
And Olivia, what else are federal ministers doing to get Canada's message across?
Well, Jolie is heading to Charlevoix, Quebec, to meet with her G7 counterparts, who are also grappling with this new levy from the U.S. because it affects all steel and aluminum that's coming into the United States. Jolie says she will bring up the issue of tariffs in all of her discussions, including talks with the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Keep in mind, some of Canada's allies have already hit back, including the European Union, which announced $40 billion in retaliation against the U.S. today. And another meeting that we're watching closely is one that's going to take place tomorrow in Washington with the U.S. Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick. He's set to meet with Ontario Premier Doug Ford and two federal cabinet ministers, Industry Minister François-Philippe Champagne and Finance Minister Dominic LeBlanc. Now, Ford mentioned that this meeting is supposed to be about, in his view, the Canada-United States-Mexico agreement and renegotiating that deal. However, ministers dismissed that. Take a listen.
It would be irresponsible not to take an opportunity to talk to Howard Lutnick about what we think is important to build a strong North American economy and why we think these continued tariff measures and the necessary and appropriate response that comes from Canada is not a constructive path to be on. If you're like racing to the basement, there's no real prize for being the first person to get to the basement. It doesn't feel like the path that we want to be on.
LeBlanc also said that Canada is not renegotiating this Canada-US-Mexico agreement, especially not at this time. It's up for review next year, and that's what the Canadian officials expect to happen, that these discussions will happen at that time.